Hello, I'm not Johnny Cash, but I am a big fan of his, and it's kind of funny because growing up, while I was aware of Johnny Cash, I really didn't get into him or his music until much later on. Actually, the first time was when I saw the movie Walk the Line with Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon. Great movie, got me into him and his music, and that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. If you've been enjoying my channel, I encourage you to subscribe to it. I try to put out all kinds of different videos on a fairly regular basis. A little bit for everybody. I talk about movies, TV shows, music, video games, life, my time in the Army. I try to do, a bunch of different varied topics, so there's always something that somebody's going to be interested in. And you could hit the little notification bell so you'd be the first to know whenever I post a new video. Again, I try to do them on a pretty regular basis when time permits. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like, thumbs up. Leave something down in the comments. Tell me something you like about the video, something you don't like about the video. If you're a fan of Johnny Cash or if you're a fan of the movie Walk the Line, I'd love to hear from you. And let's get right into it. Now, for those of you who don't know, I did grow up in New York, not in the city. I grew up on Long Island. And country music is not something you would really expect to hear up there. But believe it or not, country music's got some roots up there and some popularity. Again, my father didn't grow up in this country, but he had a very wide range in music that he liked, so he introduced me to a lot of different stuff. Kenny Rogers, for example, was one that he really liked, so I grew up loving Kenny Rogers music. And again, I was aware of Johnny Cash, but until, I would say mid-20s-ish was like the first time I really got into him when this movie came out. Again, like I said, nothing against him. I just never really heard his music on a regular basis. Well, anyway, I saw the trailer for this movie back in the day. I was like, damn, this looks pretty good. I want to check this out. And of course, it's based on his life and all the things he went through growing up, through some hardships and through addiction and marriage issues, and of course meeting the love of his life, June Carter Cash. And it doesn't really shy away from the good and bad things. There, it's pretty good. From what I understand, Johnny Cash himself selected Joaquin Phoenix to portray him in the movie, and Joaquin, being a very dedicated character actor, if I'm not mistaken, actually ended up in rehab from it because he was drinking so much, or trying to get so into the character of Johnny Cash, who of course had a drug problem at one point. Kind of fun little tidbits there, but anyway. The movie was great. I would definitely recommend, if you've never seen the movie, if you're not familiar with Johnny Cash and his life, to check it out. I'm not sure if it's 100% accurate, but it really was a great movie, well acted, and yeah, they actually sing, Joaquin and Reese Witherspoon, and I like the songs that they sing in the movie. They are real Johnny Cash songs, but they've got their own little twist to them, and they're pretty good. So I've got them in my iTunes along with the songs from Johnny Cash that I like. And it's just funny because once I heard him, I was like, my God, this guy is so talented. And he became one of my favorite musicians of all time. So many classic songs. Of course, everybody's got their favorite. Mine is kind of not one of the most well, it's a popular song by him, but it's probably not his most popular. It's Understand Your Man. I love that song. The music, the beat, the rhythm. Whenever I get into a fight with my wife, I kind of just might accidentally, play that on my phone. But so many great songs the guy did. Of course, he did a lot of duets with his wife. Two of the more famous ones, It Ain't Me, Babe, and If I Was a Carpenter. Those are really good. Jackson, of course, is another one that's really popular. But he had so many awesome songs he did himself. There's The Boy Named Sue, Cocaine Blues, Folsom Prison Blues, Get a Rhythm, Ghost Riders in the Sky, I Walk the Line, The Ring of Fire, The Man Comes Around, The Man in Black. I mean, classic, iconic, just so deep and meaningful songs, so talented. I mean, the guy was just an amazing musician and songwriter. I wish I would have gotten into him more, by the time I was into him, it was kind of like right before he passed away. But I can go back and I can hear these songs again and again and really appreciate him. I've got a whole playlist of his on my iTunes that I have on my phone. Definitely something I would recommend you check out if you like country music. I'm a fan of country music, but more the classic country music. Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, Kenny Rogers, Garth Brooks. There's some songs these days that I like, but it seems a lot more commercialized these days. I don't want to say I'm in the whole bad boy phase that, Waylon Jennings and Johnny Cash was in, but I mean, I like the more classic country music. So just, I love his songs. They speak to me. Of course, I never had the hardships that he did. I've had hardships in my life, nothing, compared to what he grew up in. But I've had my demons that I've faced, and I've had my struggles. So again, it kind of speaks to me in that regard. And then I saw the movie. The movie was great. Like I said, the movie is what got me into Johnny Cash. If you've never seen the movie, I would definitely recommend you check that out as well. But all the songs I listed, definitely, if you've never heard them, listen to those songs. They're great songs. I don't know how you could listen to them and not just get into them and just feel the passion that this guy had for life and for facing his demons and for being open and honest about who he was and what he was facing. Again, he didn't really shy away from it. He was a deeply flawed person, as a lot of us are. As being honest, I am. I'm a very deeply flawed person. I don't hide that. I'm very open and honest about that. So I can appreciate his music. And like I said, it reminds me of some of the struggles I've had, not to the extreme that others have had, but definitely have enjoyed them. Johnny Cash, as you see in the movie, he has, of course, his famous concert in prison. He had been arrested one time, well, probably more than one time, but the one that I know about. And he had a passion for, people that were kind of victim of the time, so to speak, as he sings in one of his songs. You kind of just have to listen to it and see the movie. But I would definitely recommend you check it out. Like I said, Johnny Cash has become one of my all-time favorite musicians. And I want to clarify something. When I say musicians, I'm talking about the music. Same thing with actors that I say with musicians. Generally, I don't like them personally, but I do appreciate the work. For example, I'm going to do another video in the future about the Beatles. Probably my favorite band of all time as far as their music, but I probably couldn't stand all four of them. So just want to make sure that's understood there. But like I said, great movie, great musician. Definitely recommend checking it out. So many classic songs, iconic, just Americana, and so many people can relate to them. So I would definitely recommend you check those out. If you've been enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave something down in the comments. Tell me something you've enjoyed about it, something you don't like about it. If you're a fan of Johnny Cash and you want to tell me what your favorite song is, or you want to discuss that, I would love to do that. And if you have been enjoying all my videos, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the little notification bell up top so you'll be the first to know whenever I post a new video. And I will see you next time. But before I go, let me one more thing I neglected to mention. There is a very funny parody movie that came out a couple years back, sort of lampooning Johnny Cash's life and this whole movie, called Walk Hard. It stars John C. Reilly. It is absolutely hysterical. A lot of famous faces in there. Very raunchy, but very, very funny. I neglected to mention that. I was going to end the video, and I'm glad I remembered it. There were a lot of classic funny songs in that one too, so I have like 6 of the songs from that movie actually in my soundtrack on my phone with the Johnny Cash music. There's Walk Hard, there's A Life Without You, there's one he sings right at the end of that movie. I can't think of the name of it offhand, but just again, iconic, funny stuff. John Reilly actually sings these songs. If you want to take a break from the seriousness of Johnny Cash after you get into him, I would also say try watching this movie because it's very, very funny. It's one of my favorite movies. It's a great comedy. But again, just be prepared that it does lampoon and kind of make fun, not make fun of in a nasty way, but kind of makes light of the struggles that Johnny Cash went through. But anyway, check that out as well. Like I said, I'm going to leave you now and get ready for another night in paradise here in 2020, and I will see you in the next video.